This is MEPA outreach. There's six, for anybody that's new on, MEPA has six programs in 2021. Running the race, MEPA outreach, fatherhood, husbandry, removing the mask, and passing it on. Some of these faces you see on the Zoom, they're team leaders for other teams.
The question is, what have you found out about you, not your girlfriend, not your significant other, not your wife? What have you found out about you in your relationship that's shocking?
My promiscuity, it ruined the one and only marriage that I had. I messed that up, being promiscuous. And it basically ended when my wife decided she was going to be promiscuous also. And I said, I was so hurt because I think I spent almost 10 years. I've been divorced probably going on 8 years maybe. I spent a long time wondering, how could she do this to me? How could she have gone out and did? I thought she loved me. She said she's going to be with me forever. And that feeling that I had then, I think I kind of hid it or buried it in working. I worked all of the time. I have 4 different baby mothers, as you call them. And I used to think they were the problem. I leave one woman, go to another woman, same problem. Leave that woman, go to another woman, same problem. And funnily enough, until here recently, I thought they all were the problem. So I've been forced to look deep inside of myself and say, Jacoby, they weren't the problem. You were the problem, bro. All of those women weren't crazy. You crazy, bro.
I found out about myself that there were some areas I still had some insecurities about. And the way that I addressed those insecurities, I called them out. I called them out, and I said, you know what? I went to my family, not just my wife. I went to my family, and I repented because those insecurities were mostly things that I had were wrapped up. The package was guilt. It was wrapped in guilt, but there were things in the back of my head that would bother me, things that I had done, really, things I had thought, and they would come up at the most inconvenient time. And my relationship with my daughters and my relationship with my wife, they were in the back of my head. And the only way I could really deal with those things is I went to call my family together one day and said, I just want to repent. Did I call them all out? No, we would still be here today. And so it released me from guilt that was in my subconscious. And I also gave them the option later on down the road to, if you still, ask them to forgive me, but if there's some things that come up, you can come and talk to me about it because I want you to be released too. Because for me, as a visionary, I sometimes I take things to a whole nother level. And I had to manage my thoughts and manage this thing that I've been walking around with guilt and stuff in my subconscious, and I had to forgive myself. So that's one of the things I found out about myself from my relationships with my wife and daughter.
Almost to piggyback off of what you said, Marcus, I found out that there's a lot of power in self-criticism. When I criticize myself and when I self-analyze and I'm really honest with myself, I feel so empowered. It's just so much. I used to only think, you can think some bad things about yourself or you can know it. here recently I've learned to start criticizing myself. And I just, when I can look in the mirror and say, you know, you did this wrong and this wrong and that wrong, when I walk outside, I just feel exhilarated. I just feel powerful. You know, it just gives me a power to say, okay, no, you did that. You're not going to do that today because you know where that's going to take you. So I just feel like it's power.
I took a trip. I sent emails to every single woman, every single person that's been in my life that I thought that I may have offended. And I asked for forgiveness. And I've been on that path for years. And the only reason now that I have a peaceful marriage and a relationship with my new wife now is that I had to go back and ask and confess. And so, brother, today I commend you. You will get a call from me. I see your heart. I appreciate you. Today, you helped me.
Okay, what have I learned? I learned about the word HALT. The word HALT is an acronym. HALT, HALT. It stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. This is an AA thing they teach you in AA. And when you're any one of those four things, you need to halt. You need to stop before you react. Again, I'm only going to talk about one thing, anger. This is a very current issue for me. Last MEPA meeting we had, it went really good. 2 days after the meeting, I was visited by the devil. I could try to make it more sound better, but I was. And so I called this guy, right? I really like this guy. He's a nice guy. He's not on this Zoom, of course. I call him and I'm angry. And he's trying to help. He's talking to Marcus. Why are you laughing? No. He's trying to talk to me and stuff, but I'm angry. If you ever been angry before, you know, anger needs other anger with it to succeed. You want to make somebody else mad. This guy's talking all nice to me and all that, and then out the blue, I just said, you know what? You a nigga, man. I don't want to hear what no niggas got to say. I was angry, but I should have halted. I should have controlled that. And guys, most of what we're doing, we're too old to be blaming somebody else. You either ain't ate no food, you angry and you don't know how to handle it. I'm talking to Max right now. I'm sorry. Max, you either hungry, you ain't ate no food, you lonely. You can be married and be lonely. You could be in a room full of people and be lonely. Loneliness is on the inside. Are you tired? You need to take a break. We work 7 days a week. We've been through all that. That's my personal thing that I've learned. I'm tired of blaming stuff on the devil, and here we are on earth. It ain't the devil's fault. It's my fault. That's what I got, Marcus. Thank you. I got to get some gas.
You know what? The thing that was funny when when Malcolm called me, and we were very transparent. He said he was talking. I could tell he was angry, and I made up in my mind, I'm not gonna get involved with this right here, because this guy crazy. But I'm gonna let him get it out, because y'all know the old me. Hey, you know what? You know the old me now. But because I understand my assignment, I let him go ahead for a minute. And when he got to that part and said nigga, I literally started laughing. That's my defense mechanism.
Marcus,
that's my defense mechanism. He called me the next day and apologized. And see, here's another thing. I know Malcolm's heart. We had enough conversation. And we have to be in a position to allow people to get certain things out, especially when they take responsibility. And I saw him in his decision making and I'm just going to say it. We suggested that maybe you need to take some anger management classes, because I'm just going to say it. I'm a pastor, but I realize I'm not anointed to do everything. Sometimes we need to not run away from therapy as Black men. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. I saw, he showed to me, he said something to me to let me know, I want to get help. and as you know, Malcolm is not the kind of person who shares stuff. When he first came on here, he was probably working, documenting everything on his computer about what we need to do right. So it's volumes, speaks volume when you can get that stuff out and then take responsibility for it.
I do have to say this though. That same day that Malcolm called you, he actually tried to reach out to me, but I'm kind of glad he wasn't able to. I'm being sarcastic.
Just thumbing back off of what you're speaking on, I was a dude that had a lot of women, you know, quote unquote player. You know, man, I had a fly car to where, man, I stayed in hotels, you know, and every week I would have a different woman, you know, so women was a big thing amongst me, you know, just to say a subject on kind of elaborating on what you speaking about, you know, and hey, when you have a lot of women like that, you start lying, you know, you start lying, and I mean that, you know, just chasing that cat. There again, that's one of the reasons why I had a lot of women, because I loved women, you know, I love having sex, you know. For the most part, there was a lot of things that I have learned, you know, to where I got tired of it. And I looked at me again and I was like, okay, this it, you know, I need to pick one and go from there with it.
Pretty much the same issues of what most of the other gentlemen have had is, like you said, it's been myself with me staying consistent. I get complacent very easy whenever I take one step forward, and the next thing you know, it's knocked you 2 or 3 steps back. So it's just making sure that I stay consistent and being truthful with myself on a lot of different issues.
Since I'm the lowest on the totem pole and nobody really trusts me, one of these great men would love, I'm pretty sure they would love to be your accountability partner, because we all need it. We need somebody who could just tell her, you know, you need to stop your head. So, and you need to get back. You need to go home to your wife. You need to get out of the hotel with that 600-pound woman. But anyway, if you're interested in being a part of our administrative team, get on the thread and say, I want to be a part of it. However, to be a part of the administrative team is it means that, okay, that means you got to lead by example. So thank you so much. Congratulations, Stefan, on your new baby, Daddy. Peace, blessing, and wholeness unto you.